Yes, we're back. We're back. We are back, guys. As you walk in, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Like you know, it is Panel Wednesday. Hakeem, Jordan, what's cracking like in? What's cracking like in? What is cracking like in?
Living the dream.
Hey man, you know what it is. I'm always feeling good, always feeling great, always fulfilled to be blessed with you guys as we keep doing this thing. So hey, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's get it.
Yeah, it's very hot over here in Miami, man. It's extremely hot. I think it was like Hakeem was like what 101, 101 or 105. I don't know. It's extremely hot. So guys, make sure y'all if y'all in a hot area, make sure y'all make sure you get your water. Drink up, stay dehydrated. But that being said, you already know how to get down. Shout out to those that's watching us on Instagram, Facebook, Kick, and also Twitch. Guys, make sure you follow. It's so very important. Make sure you follow. And also shout out to those that's also watching us on Rumble, our new Rumble family. Shout out to you guys for always tuning in to us now. We really do greatly appreciate it. That being said, Jordan, sports. What's going on in the sports world?
Let's go. Let's get into the sports. Let's go into it. So the NBA is right around the corner. It is right around the corner. And so the big team that's been talked about is you know who? The Los Angeles Lakers. Why the Los Angeles Lakers? Because earlier this year, the Los Angeles Lakers have drafted LeBron's son, Bronny James. So this week is media week for media day for media week for all teams, and you know all the eyes are looking at the Los Angeles Lakers because you know this is the first time in NBA history that a father will get to play with his son on the same team, and this has never been done before. So this, like I said, everybody's gonna be looking at the Lakers, you know, especially with Bronny James. You know, if he's gonna come off the bench, how many minutes he's gonna play. So this is a big deal when it comes to the NBA. So we do have a clip. I'm gonna talking on media day, and you know, so go ahead, Hakeem, go play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
We get our first look at LeBron and Bronny together at their first media day for the Lakers, and it was reported during the week that at a Lakers practice, LeBron and Bronny got matched up on each other, and LeBron took him to the paint and scored on him, then had some friendly trash talk after that. But here is LeBron and Bronny talking about that moment, and it's quite funny. Take a look.
You guys had a moment at practice that was well documented last week. We heard your take on it, where you said great defense, but better offense. Can we get your vantage point? What you thought about that?
All right. In all seriousness,
Please.
I looked at the film and he did step out of bounds, but I'm not gonna go there.
No, you can go there.
I'm not gonna go there right now.
That's a big part of it.
But
What do you mean you're not going to go there right now? You just went there.
I mean, I definitely did. I definitely did. But
I stepped out of bounds?
he stepped out of bounds.
They don't even have that
I gotta
camera
stop.
angle of the
I gotta
baseline like
stop.
that.
All I know is I gotta stop.
Tell them about the stop I got on you when you dribbled out of bounds, though.
Now that was a foul too. He slapped my whole arm, and we see.
Did they call it?
No.
Did the
No,
ref call it?
I mean,
If
I'm
they
not gonna
didn't-
get
the
that
whistle
call right
didn't
now.
blow,
I'm
there
not gonna get
wasn't
that
no
call right
foul.
now. I'm playing against
Yeah, you're a rookie
guy
anyway.
on his.
You're a
What,
rookie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This
You know what I mean?
is freaking amazing. For the first time in other sports, we've seen father-son. But can you see the freaking resemblance in their answers and their mannerisms and what's going on?
Ahead of this historic moment, you mentioned that you and Bronny discussed certain things, such as, you know, he's not allowed to call you dad on the court. What other things have you guys discussed behind the scenes to make this milestone work? And in addition to that, we all know when you expressed that this dream started for you, but personally, when did you decide it was your dream to play with your son?
Well, I mean, we don't. To be honest, if you have kids, I mean, I'm at my age and his age. There's not really much interaction going on a day-to-day basis. I mean, he comes down, he eats, he goes to his room, plays a video game. You know, I'm down there with my wife. We watching a movie, I stop in. So it's not much like, you know, hey, meet me at the table at 5 o'clock. We need to discuss work tomorrow. No, that doesn't happen. You know, but I mean, he's been in this rim of the game of basketball since he was born. Obviously, I've played in the NBA longer than he's been alive. So, you know, he understands the nuances of it as far as just being around the game, but now he's a man, and it's time for him to learn and get better with that. So I guess I don't know if he's even coming up here, you can ask him the questions of how he feels about it. I know I'm super happy for him. Our family's super proud of him. And, you know, that's pretty much it. I mean, if we get a couple opportunities out on the floor throughout the course of the season, obviously that's going to be amazing. It'd be awesome, you know, and, you know, we'll wait for that moment when it happens and then go from there.
To eat it properly. But yet when they get with a woman, to know how to eat.
So there you go. You got LeBron James, you know, this is going to finally play with his son. This is going to be, you know, interesting. This is going to be a wow factor. This has never been done before, and this is going to be very, very special. And before we begin, I'll also introduce our special guest on the spot. We appreciate you coming on board. We appreciate you coming on board. Thank you for coming on. Thank you.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Thanks, guys. I didn't want to mess up the video, so I muted my mic. Hey, guys. So great to be here.
Hey, how you doing on the spot? How you doing on the spot? Finally, huh?
Yes. I'm trying to get used to this restream. I was set up for StreamYard, so my my hashtag is backward.
Is it backwards?
No, it's not. We actually
it's perfect.
It's on there.
It's
It's not
perfect.
backwards.
It's on there. It's perfect. Yeah, I'm looking at it on 3 screens. Yeah, it's on there. It's on there perfectly.
Yeah, it's on perfectly. You're good.
Amazing. Awesome.
Yeah, it's different from StreamYard. Yeah, it's real different from StreamYard. StreamYard is much easier. Restream is more technical, but it's way better than StreamYard. Way better. So this is like more. A lot of high end people use Restream. A lot of people like DJ Academic, stuff like that, because it's way better. You can do more things to it than on StreamYard.
Well, I look forward to this upgraded experience with you, gentlemen.
No, thank you for coming by. No, so you are our guest. So what is your commentary on sport? Do you even watch sports? What's your commentary on sports? But what's your commentary? Well, based on the video what you saw, what are your thoughts on it?
I just heard LeBron mention that he doesn't really talk to his son a lot because, and that's all basically I heard, that, you know, he comes downstairs and it's basically just a situation where they're living together, but they don't have much interaction, which sounds pretty normal given his son's age and the stage that he's in life. What did I miss though? No,
you actually did good. Shout out to you. You actually did good. Yeah, you actually did good. Pretty much, because on the NBA season is about to start. I think the preseason starts about this week. So right now they're doing a lot of media take. Normally the NBA stars they go around and do media take, and they on the media normally ask some questions. Okay, what is the idea when the overall team? Because the Lakers such a high end team, because in Los Angeles, LeBron James' son Bronny has a lot of pressure on him, and I think the problem is, in this coming season, I think he's not gonna play well. That's just me, because the media is gonna be too hype on him. So LeBron James right now is trying to give him his space and not to put too much pressure on him. But at the end of the day, LeBron James will have to put pressure on him because he's in LA. So Bronny have a tough season going ahead of him. I don't know if he will be able to handle this season, but we never know. We'll see how it plays out. But as we all know, Bronny James is not starting, so he get to watch his dad and other people play. So let's see how it goes this season. Well, it starts this Friday on preseason. So that being said, go ahead, Jordan or Hakeem.
I'll go ahead. So I live in Los Angeles, and I'm definitely around these Los Angeles Lakers fans. So just hearing them, you know, once they are very excited to see this, but they want to win a championship in LA. That's all they want to see. That's all they care about. So, you know, that being said, it's like with them having a new coach with JJ Redick and everything, are they going to go deep into the playoffs? That's what the Lakers fan cares about. Going deep to the playoffs, they get, you know, LeBron James, his son, they see all that, whatever, but get to the playoffs. Are you going to get deep to the playoffs, yes or no? And that's really simple as that when it comes to these Lakers fans. So we're going to see this season.
I agree. I'm from LA. And so I am a Lakers default. So yeah, but I agree with you. LA, they just want to win so they can party.
Go ahead, Hakeem.
So first I'm gonna say this.
I'm waiting.
Are you waiting on the spot?
Yeah.
So first I'm gonna say this. I support nepotism. As a black person, we need nepotism. This is just a marketing scheme. Bronny's not gonna do the best. And we as fathers need to stop trying to push our kids onto things they might not be good at.
Mm-hmm.
It's historically that I've only very few, maybe one or few kids who are from famous athlete parents become better than them. One of them is Ken Griffey Jr. He was better than his father. So I like the idea of him getting his son in there, getting him $1 million check, but I don't think they're going to play well. And I don't think the Lakers are going to go to get the championship.
Hey, well, Hakeem, I have smoke with you, and I hate to disrupt the program, but I thought you were going to begin by addressing me with a heartfelt apology, which I really deserve. And so I'm actually shocked at the gall and the audacity of you to comment on the story and not start with my apology, Hakeem.
Listen.
On the spot, she's right on the spot. We're ready.
Listen, I like that.
I ain't got time
listen. On the spot, I like how you stand on business. Listen. I forgot what we had. I think I remember, but I apologize.
No, but we do have a topic. But we do have a topic on what she want to address. So Jordan set that up with we gonna talk about it. But Hakeem, it's up to you. Want to issue her apology, but don't be afraid of on the spot.
Listen. I gotta apologize to the queen, but I might double down when we get to that topic.
Okay, so first, you already know when it comes to me, Jordan. What's happening? Let's talk about the money. What's going on with the money? Did Jordan disappear? Jordan, what's going on with the money? Go ahead, Hakeem. Hold on, give me a second.
Okay.
Did we lose Jordan?
No, I don't. He should be there. Jordan, are you mic'd up? Are you
muted? Not that, but guys, also make sure you subscribe to on the spot. Her link is pinned on top of the chat. So guys, make sure you go ahead support the sister. She's on the panel looking lovely. Hey, she already got smoke for Hakeem. She's smiling. She got the energy. So guys, make sure y'all go ahead
on the spot. You say you from LA? What part of LA you from?
I'm not even talking to you yet. But go Lakers.
Go Lakers. No, the Lakers ain't going to win.
Okay, fellas, I'm ready.
Y'all going to get spanked this year.
I'm ready, fellas. All right, let's talk about the money. So with the financial talk, we're going to talk about how, we teach ourselves how to teach money and everything. But what about our kids? How about we teach our kids to teach money? So go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
According to research from Bank of America, 90% of parents think that family members are responsible for teaching kids how to manage money. But more than half of college students say they don't feel financially prepared for the real world. So, how do you teach your kids about financial responsibility here? Joining me now, we've got Mary Hines Drosch, who is the head of consumer products over at Bank of America. Great to have you back on Yahoo Finance with us. So, where does the conversation start and how early does it start as well? Because you say kids, we could be talking about a very wide age range.
Absolutely. Well, one of the keys to success in teaching your children to be responsible is starting early. Mm-hmm. As young as 6 years old. And when you look at children, they don't really understand the concept of money. So helping them just be aware that things cost money and some fun ways to do it, or even when you're at the grocery store with your little ones, helping them understand you're making a choice between this cereal, which is $7, or this one that is $5, so that they're just more conscious about it.
Yeah, no, my parents made me very conscious about that when I was asking them about Lego sets that I could buy and not buy.
Oh, those are very expensive.
Yeah, they've gotten up there. We can come back to that, but as of the research findings here for Bank of America, I mean, what really stuck out to you here? Because we're talking about, and we just rattled off the stat, 90% of parents thinking the family is really responsible for this task of making sure that each other is educated financially.
So think about that. 90% feel that they're responsible, yet 50% of college-age students say they do not feel prepared for the real world. So you've got to do things with your children to educate them on it, as well as to give them the experience with money. And that's where allowances can play a big role, so that they have to decide what are their real important wants versus needs. And also the idea of you don't need to spend it all at once. If you want something big, you might have to save. So all those really help prepare the child to understand how money works.
When do you find that parents are putting some of the financial responsibilities, such as owning a credit card or having, a cell phone even, making those decisions, putting those in their hands and saying, all right, let's see how you develop some experience around this?
Yeah, well, the Bank of America research that we mentioned at the beginning also showed that most parents are getting their kids cell phones at age 11, checking and debit cards or as early as 10.
Wow.
And so they're starting to experience money. And that's why we've developed a Safe Balance for Family Banking, which gives the ability for a parent in a very safe and controlled way to give their child access to an account and a debit card so they can learn how to use that money while the parent can control. Make sure that they put limits on how much they can spend or take out per day, can restrict certain categories. So the child's getting the experience while the parent can maintain control so they don't act irresponsibly.
We were talking about this before the segment, but inserting financial education, financial literacy in the education system too, are we seeing strides made here, and where do we need to make a lot more significant efforts so that it shows up for financial preparedness for college students who are coming out and getting life started?
Yeah, there's so much variability in it. Some schools do it much better. Some schools just have greater investment for financial education. And that's why we try at Bank of America to provide resources to all of our segments, especially parents and children, to learn about financial responsibility so they're on the path to financial help. So we have a site, bettermoneyhabits.com, which has just a vast array of financial education. And so even if parents can't get it within the school system, there are other resources out there to help them educate their children.
Mary Hines-Rush, who is the Bank of America head of consumer products. Great to see you again. Thanks for coming back.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so anybody that has kids, I think it's a matter of fact, it's very important to teach your kids about, saving money by using the piggy bank, and once they get older, teenager, how learn about saving money from stocks, opening your own debit card. When you go to college, or when you go to college, open up a college debit card. Also learn about credit cards and everything about financial when it comes to saving. And also building credit and everything like that. So go ahead, Hakeem, man. What's your take about, when it comes to kids, teaching them financial literacy?
I think this is so beautiful, and we have to start early. My mother started early with me. She was the financial wizard in our family, and my dad was a worker. So I got the hard work with him, but I became a mathematician to my mama. So you got to expose kids as early as possible and understand hard work and ethic, and understand investments and understand assets. We don't acquire those knowledge till later. And I think that we deprive Black kids of this we can't blame parents because they don't know no better. But at this generation, since we got access to the internet, we got to start them early. And, as soon as I have my clan, all 10 of them, they'll be working and slaving in the farm and knowing about Bitcoin and assets, properties, all that. We gonna get all that. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, financial literacy, I think it's very important for family to teach their children about financial literacy. I know right now, especially in Florida, now the schools are now teaching children about financial literacy, but however, it's not the school responsibility. It's the parents' responsibility to teach their children on financial literacy, financial literacy. Right now, a lot of children right now are on social media. A lot of them are watching TV shows on social media. To me, like I always tell people, take that 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day. Want something online that's very positive that can build your mind on financial literacy. Like me myself, I watch a lot of Dave Ramsey, so that always helped me on financial literacy. Not only that, on Yahoo Finance, and not only that, but there's other YouTube. I'm being honest, there's a lot of great assets when it comes to the aspect of financial literacy. And I think us as people, especially as parents, you need to take the responsibility to teach your kids financial literacy. Because right now, especially in the Black community, we are not taught. We're taught to get money, but we're not taught how to use money the way it's supposed to be used. And that's always keep us in the hole and always keep us in the cripple. On spot. That's your commentary.
This is very near and dear to my heart. I have a finance degree, and I actually started a financial literacy program on the south side of Chicago for young people.
Nice.
What I found was it was for, young people. They came, and I actually invited parents to be in the room just so that they felt comfortable, because I'm a stranger with their child. So, parents were in the room, they sat on the outside, and we would have our lessons. And I noticed, I would look up, and they'd be like writing things down or looking things up on their phone. And then they started asking questions. They started like raising their hand. I'm like, you're the parent, you're raising your hand. And so what I realized is that, the parents don't really have it. And I think an important part of financial literacy, and this was part of my program, is teaching financial history. We as a group in this country have a very specific financial history. And so we have to approach financial literacy of our children in a very different way. The cornerstone of financial knowledge is the time value of money. I start with that. I start with a timeline of how long we were denied the right to participate financially in this society, period. Having a bank account, owning a property, all of it, and being able to invest, etc., even having insurances. And so that was always kind of the first part of my program, is teaching the financial history and learning that money and wealth especially is a function of time. When you plug in an investment to, see what the return would be, time is an element in that equation. So someone who invested or started a business or a company or an institution 400 years ago is going to be significantly wealthier than someone that started in 2004. etc. And the same for all investment, things like owning property. If an entire family line has owned property for hundreds of years, and we're just now getting that as, Civil Rights Act of 1976, then that is the financial history, because I think it takes like the shame out of what a student or a young person's family, the position they might be in. It takes the shame away from that. And I think we have broke shame in our community still, and it's wild.
Preach.
Sorry to tangent.
No. Great information. I love.
Going in. Shout.
We're gonna let you go in your butt. We're gonna let you go in your bag. That's one thing we're gonna let you go in your bag, so we can increase the money. That's what I love, the money talk. That's what we do. We love the money. Shout out to Ashton Williams, the creator of the Shiesty Avenger. That's also in the building. Shout out to White High. White High is also in the building. Shout out to Chicago Rilla is also in the building. In the building. And shout out to those that's watching us on Rumble. We have 10 people watching us on Rumble. Thank you so much, because we have a new Rumble family. Thank you so much, people that's watching us on Rumble. On the spotlight link is also in Rumble. So guys that's watching us on Rumble, you can click it and make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to her channel. Let's build her subscribership to 1,000 subscribers, guys. Go over there and subscribe to this sister channel. As you can see, she knows what she's talking about. Shout out to those that's watching us on Instagram, Facebook. We love Facebook. You already know. Twitch and also Kid. Guys, make sure you follow. It's so very important that you guys follow. Jody, you already know what time it is. Hip hop. What's going on in the hip hop world before we go into the big topics? What's going on over there in the hip?
All right, let's get into it. So this I think this was really good about and kind of inspirational. So you guys don't know T Grizzly, the rapper out of Detroit. He went to a youth detention center experience, and while he experienced it, left out, he's kind of see what's going on with our youth, especially our black kids and everything. And he came out, he had his thoughts about about the youth detention center, and also about the use of young men and young boys as well. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip from T Grizzly, and after that we'll chop it up.
Y'all gotta forgive me how I sound. I'm a little stuffy right now, but I just want to share a real experience with y'all, So I'm leaving Chicago. I'm going city to city throughout the Midwest and other spots, just talking to the young niggas that's in trouble and shit like that, fighting cases, you know what I'm saying, being abused that's in homes, kids that got incarcerated parents, all these, this is what I'm on. I'm just going to kick with them. Ain't nobody paying me to do this, ain't nobody making me do this. I'm just doing this because I wish somebody would do it for me, right? So I just left Cook County Juvenile Detention Center, you know what I'm saying, Chicago, Cook County, JDC. And they telling me, okay, we're gonna have you talk to the ATs. These is people who too young to go to the county, but they being charged as an adult. And on their 18th birthday, is when they get transferred to the county. Feel me? So everybody who complaining on their birthday, these niggas' birthday, this is when they get transferred to the county to fight a case. So as I'm walking through the hallway, I'm just preparing myself. I already bet what I'm about to say to him. I don't rehearse this shit. I like for it to be natural. You feel me? I like to be personal. So I'm just walking through the hallway and I'm looking around. I'm seeing everything. It's low key. It's low key a school. They got a little game room where they got the PS5s and the air hockey. They got all this. They eat real food. They go to class. There's a little barber school in there. So I'm just walking. Y'all gotta forgive me how I sound. I'm a little stuffy right now, but I just want to share a real experience with y'all.
Oh, I think I seen the wrong one, King, because there should be another one. It should with the next button. Hold on, and you give me 1 second.
Shout out to Joe. Don't hurt him. Blessings upon you, my brother. He said, blessing. I'm
gonna see you another
peace and blessings to my brothers on the panel as well. The intelligent miss on a spot. She is intelligent, I'm telling you. She's very intelligent. That's all we get is intelligent black women over here. That's what I love. Intelligence is the number one thing. Go ahead, Hakeem. You gonna play the video? Go right ahead.
All right, Hakeem, I'll send it again. My bad. I thought I seen the long version. I sent you another clip. That was from DJ Academics one, and it's a longer one. Here we go.
Y'all gotta forgive me how I sound. I'm a little stuffy right now.
You can skip this one.
I just want to share a real experience with y'all, So I'm complaining on their birthday. These niggas' birthday, this is when they get transferred to the county to fight a case. So as I'm walking through the hallway, I'm just preparing myself. I already bet what I'm about to say to him. I don't rehearse this shit. I like for it to be natural. You feel me? I like to be personal. So I'm just walking through the hallway and I'm looking around. I'm seeing everything. It's low key. It's low key a school. They got a little game room where they got the PS5s and the air hockey. They got all this. They eat real food. They go to class. There's a little barber school in there. So I'm just walking through seeing all this. And then when I get there in the room, my mindset was like, I'm about to talk to some niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to kick it with some niggas. But when I walk in the room, bro, these is babies, bro. Feel me? And I let them know, like, a lot of people that come talk to y'all, they might not be qualified to talk to y'all because they haven't been through what y'all been through. But the people, they come talk to y'all because the people who is qualified to talk to y'all complaining on their birthday and they take a different route, don't end up back in this motherfucker because they ain't tearing this place down. They ain't tearing the jails down when niggas leave. Like, these still gonna be up for when you do some more bullshit. And So I'm just taking a liking to these young niggas and shit like that. And I end up asking them like, so what y'all locked up for? It's 20, 30 of them. What y'all locked up for? Like, y'all niggas kids, what y'all in here for? All them little niggas was in that bitch for bodies, bro. All of them. Bodies, all of them. Not one shoplifting, not one fraud, not one fight at school, not one got caught with a gun. All of them. Bodies, babies. 18th birthday going to the county, charged as an adult. Came in there and they was 13, 14, 15, been in there for 2 years. Bodies, all of them. And what fucked me up, I remember when I was in the county fighting my case, and I'm around a bunch of cool ass niggas. I'm around they around a bunch of niggas I'm taking liking to. Like, when I get out, I'll be able to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? And the craziest part that fucked my head up, some of them niggas gonna get found guilty, bro. How they mamas feel, man. How they families feel. They got little brothers and little sisters. These niggas babies, bro. Some of them gonna get found guilty. This shit like making it to the NBA, beating the case. Everybody don't make it to the NBA, bro. So if y'all some praying people, put them young niggas in your prayers, man. That's in there fighting for their life, bro. As kids. You know what I'm saying? Shit was so humbling. Shit was so real. Shit touched my heart, man. Around a bunch of niggas I'm taking liking to. Like, when I get out, I'll be able.
So yeah, man, that was, him's experience that, those are kids like 13, 14, 15, and, they did what they did, and, likely, they gonna look likely they're gonna get life and everything, and to see that we have a problem, in our community when it comes to, gun violence, and not just that, the age of how these kids are getting, these weapons and easily taking, lives out and everything, which is crazy. And that's what T Grizzly, what he experienced going to Cook County Detention Center youth and everything. So go ahead, Hakeem, man. What's your take on? Go ahead, Ronnie. What's your take on this? My bad.
That's a part of our community. Our community promote violence, so that's why you see little kids at a young age, been there 12 years old, 9 to 18. The youth this detention center, especially in Chicago, yeah, it's well to be known. So at the same time, it's pretty much the lack of parenting, not parenting, parents being there at the home. Remember, you gotta understand something. When kids grow up into a type of environment like that, everything falls back on the parents. I don't blame the kids. I blame the parents. The parents should have did a better job disciplining their children and letting them know, like, hey, don't go out there on the streets. The streets is not for you. Because you go out there on the streets, only two things are going to happen to you. You're going to end up in prison or you're going to end up in the body bag. So T Grizzly, for him to go to a youth detention center and to see that, as an eye-opening, because you're like, wow, like all these black young boys and their future destroyed because they got to prove something within the streets. And it's a sad thing to see because that's the broad part of our environment when it comes to the black community. And I think we need to do better. And it starts with the parents. Some of these kids need their butt whooped. I've been saying that for a long time. Talking to them is good. Same time, it's good to slap them on the back of the head and say, hey, you don't belong out there. And what's happening is going to be even worse because you see in this generation, a lot of these kids are being neglected. They're not getting a lot of love at home. So where they go look for that love? In the streets. Go ahead, on the spot, your commentary.
First thing I want to say is shout out to Chicago. I live and practice in Chicago, and it's a phenomenal city. And yes. People speak about Chicago in a certain context, and I think that can skew people's perspective of our city overall, and specifically our young people overall. I mentioned having been involved in community initiatives, my own initiative, etc. Chicago has dynamic, talented, bright, brilliant young people here, and I feel privileged to be a part of this conversation because I think we need to shine a light on them as just as much, if not more, than we talk about the young people who happen to fall into delinquency. I think the problems that we face are very, I think there are several issues kind of at play at once. I think that beyond parenting, I think as a culture, there are certain things that we still glorify. I cover the culture on my channel and I talk about this, you know. I love hip hop. I also hate hip hop, you know. There are elements that we have to address and heal and elevate. And I think our young people, whatever's happening with them, are a reflection of us.
And one quick question, why do you hate hip hop? What's the reason why you hate hip hop? On the
Hip hop
spot.
is hurtful. Hip hop is offensive to me. Hip hop hates me, right? If you understand what I'm saying. So I'm saying there are elements of it that are they're literally anti-me, right? Where I would be, you know, an expletive, a B, a H, or whatever, just by virtue of being a woman, or by someone seeing me and making assumptions about what I do and how I make choices, etc. And so, and hip hop to some degree, as is evidenced by this video, is killing us to some degree. Now it can give us life. I feel like there's nothing more spiritual than like the right verse, right? There's nothing more, you know, that can change your day, can change your outlook, can get you to your goal. You know, that word sound power. So I believe in hip hop's positive potential, but I can't deny it's had a negative effect. And that's what I mean by hip hop hates. I hate hip hop.
Yeah, I subscribe to the Sisters channel. It's pinned on top of the chat. Go ahead, Akeem. No problem. Go ahead, Akeem.
Thank you so much. And on the spot, you spoke so eloquently on this. So for a lot of people who don't know, you know, I've been in the streets myself. I'm a product of the streets and Simpson. But I thought that T Grizzly was unqualified to speak. Very unqualified. Because here's the thing. Still to this day, he has songs up that glorifies robberies, having sex with women. His last recent song was called Blow for Blow. So for him to go into a place and not show the dichotomy of things is kind of like, okay, you want to speak to them and you want us to pray for these kids. What about the victims' families? We never talk about the victims' families. Like if they're in there for bodies, somebody got hurt. And when I was going through the judicial system, you know, you don't, a lot of people don't know, sometimes you have to write an impact statement, like for the people who you hurt. And that was a calling moment to say that, okay, I did something to hurt somebody. I do think that the judicial system, we need it. I do think that some people going to have to go to prison. Some people ain't supposed to be going out. But like on the spot say, there's nuances to these things. There's layers to why there's a pipeline from kids going from middle school, elementary to prison. And in between those things, we can always say it's the parent, it's the community, it's the lack of support. And sometimes it could just be plain on ignorance or people wanting to be cool. But when he said that, and I looked at him and I was like, okay, I would have liked somebody who had went to prison, came out, changed his life, and was doing something completely positive that has nothing to do with hip hop, that has nothing to do that he had. His whole life was initiative. I did 20 years in prison. And I'm out here trying to save the baby. Not a rapper who still talks about shooting and bodying people. So, but then we also got to say, we also got to point the finger at ourselves as well, too. A lot of us who support this music. A lot of y'all might know Von 17. He's a new rapper out of Chicago. All he talks about is catching bodies. That's all he talks about. And he goes on interviews and says, hey, I'm going to catch a body. If you come to me, I'm going to catch. He said, I'm not fighting, I'm catching a body. And he's the biggest thing on the thing. So we want to blame white media. We want to blame white owners of record labels. We don't just have to listen to it. We can instantly ban him. Y'all banned OT Genesis in California. You remember when he had the I'm in Love with the Coco? Black people rallied behind that song and got that stuff off the radio. We don't even hear that no more.
No, but interesting you said that because I remember back in the days, like in the early 90s, how parents that were our age was trying to ban gangster rap. Yeah. And everybody like, no, it's free speech. It's not doing nothing to the community. And look at us now as grown adults saying the same thing our parents said back then in the early '90s.
Yeah.
That is the craziest thing in the world.
And the thing about it is, Ronnie, now you know how big is rap and hip hop. You know, it's amplified. You know, it's multiplied. Now you know it's easy to be a rapper because now with social media, you know, with Instagram, YouTube, you know, TikTok, it's easier to be a hip hop artist now. You know, all you gotta do, you know, and the thing is, you don't gotta go to big cities. You know, you could go to your own city and you know create your YouTube channel. You know, make videos, make songs and everything, and bam, it's easier to do than it was, you know, 20, 30 years ago. So yeah, man, right now, you know, we're when it comes to, you know, hip hop and everything, which is bigger than ever before. You know, there is a certain part we have in the community when it comes to, you know, guns, you know, shooting people and drugs and everything, which, you know, once you get older, it gets old. I know, you know, in your teens, it's kind of fun, it's cool, but, you know, once you get to a certain age, you know, it gets very old and everything. And I hate that, you know, it kind of consumes, you know, our teens, our young teens, you know, when it comes to drugs, money, all that type of things as well. So on a certain aspect of hip hop and everything, and then, you know, it turn into the violence. And you know, you got delinquents out here, you know, trying to, you know, take other people out and everything, which is sad to see. But yeah, man, when it comes to the detention centers, see no kids there and everything. I mean, like Ronnie said, you know, it could come from parenting, or Hakeem said it comes from community and everything. But certain things like that, and this is why I kind of like the Nation of Islam, because if you go to South Central, you see like a lot of Nation of Islam. You know, be around corners and everybody gives out paper, and they see a kid or somebody that needs to be helped out, try to change their life they're wrong, they do it and everything. And I feel like, you know, us as in our community, we need to see more. We need to see more of that and everything, and show a positive life of, you know, it's more to this, you know, hip hop and rap and everything, you know, and also being an athlete and everything. You know, we need more. You know, you could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer, you could be anything you want to be. But, you know, if you think about you just being a rapper and, you know, rap about, you know, sex, drugs and all that type of stuff, you know, it's going to lead you down a dark path. And you can see that, you know, we lose it. We also lose a lot of our young rappers. You know, we took me, Hakeem, we talked about, you know, maybe we might lose like young rappers 3 to 5 times a year, something like that. Mm-hmm. And we talk about it and everything. And, you know, and that's what I mean by, you know, it could go take you down to a dark path, and, you know, you get a lot of hate and people want to take you out and everything. So, yeah, man, you know, it's just that situation. Just hopefully for us as a community, we need to, you know, get out of that, you know, have more men, you know, get into our young men and tell them like, hey, man, it's more than just rapping and being an athlete, because there's only rarely 1%, rarely of the 1% who will make it to be a millionaire or something like that. And, you know, there's other options you can do other than rapping and being an athlete. That's my take on it.
Backs. Go ahead, Hakeem.
I wanted to make a point. A lot of y'all be careful what you play around your kids or what type of music you consume. Like she said, it can influence you. Mm-hmm. I personally am a testament of that. Growing up, I listened to a lot of drug hip hop, and I woke up one day and said, I'm going to be a drug kingpin.
Same here. Yep.
Yeah.
True.
Like you said, the G Unit. Hey, Hakeem and Ronnie, you know, every time I have my daughter, she's in the car, I take my wife to work, we do something, I'm either playing like 80s music. You know, I'm playing Marvin Gaye, I'm playing Sade, music, something like that.
There are great rap alternatives though. And I think for young
like
people
Kendrick.
specifically, you have to Kendrick, etc. You have to provide alternatives that are just as hot. And again, you know, we have drill rappers here in Chicago. We also have really positive rappers like Golden Child, just to name one. If you want to look.
Oh yeah, he's with the Nation of Islam.
There's a lot of positive rappers in Chicago.
Yeah,
does peace summits, all the things. So I'm like, you know, it's you have to be aware of, you know, what else is out there that might be more positive.
The problem is we focus more on the mainstream, like what's trending, and that's the detriment of our community. We don't really focus on like music like that, because mostly those type of music are normally hidden. You have to go and research those type of music. They're not like on a mainstream platform.
I play real rap on my channel.
Oh yeah, but guys, that's why I keep telling y'all, make sure y'all subscribe. The link is pinned on top of the chat. Not only that, but guys, also very important, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Right now, we're getting ready to deep dive the different varieties of topics. This is Panel Wednesdays. On a spot, told us, let's open the panel. So I can go ahead, drop the link. Drop the link. Allow people to come up to join the conversation you're about to have. And not only that, but shout out to Ruthless Truth that's in the building. Also, D Degenerate is also in the building. And Mr. Muhammad is also in the building as well. So, guys, I can go ahead and drop the link. The link is dropped, guys, so you guys can come up. And Jordan, we already got 2 topics for On the Spot because she is a financial literacist. You know a lot.
I love that.
Literacist. So,
Literacist.
Jordan, go ahead with the first topic with the financial literacist. We're about to go in. Now, Hakeem, you got to apologize because you're about to go in her back.
No, let's get it. Let's get it.
All right, let's get into. Let's talk about the housing market. We know we have talked about the housing market when it comes to financial. When it comes to our financial topics, last few months, we talk about it. Is it the right time to buy the house market? Is it the right time to buy the house?
Yes.
At the time, and he's saying no, but we'll get deep into it. Right now we talked about how because the election season is like a certain window where it's kind of safe to buy houses right now, but some people is like, oh no, I don't think it's the right time with inflation and everything, how the economy is and everything. But for some people, they think you should buy a house, and for some people they don't think you should buy a house. But we're gonna get into it. So go ahead, Hakeem. I sent you a video from the other group chat of the about the housing market. So play that clip, and after that we'll chop it up.
So this is where it started, Hakeem. This is when she said she wanted to go through the screen and shake you. She said right now ain't the right time to buy a home. That's where it started. So we're going right back.
Smoke.
Hey, let's get it.
Smoke.
On your Monday, colder weather and the holidays usually make for a slower housing market in the fourth quarter. But area realtors expect an atypical market this year. Mortgage rates have been on the decline and are now at lows that we haven't seen in 2 years. 9 News real estate expert Lane Lyon joins us live this morning with more. Lane, of course, is a realtor and managing broker at Coldwell Banker. Lane, thank you for being here.
Good morning. People love hearing low mortgage rates.
Yeah, this is a bright spot for people, I think, really at home right now. So with these rates, are you seeing home buyers they're coming off the sidelines? Things are coming down. They're feeling maybe a little optimistic.
Yeah, I might describe it as a tiptoeing off the fences a little bit, which is good. We are starting to hear from buyers who've been in wait-and-see mode much of the year because of mortgage rates. Lower mortgage rates, of course, can provide more affordability and more buying power for buyers. When it comes to mortgages, I have to say it's been an interesting couple of weeks, really. We saw mortgage rates on the downward trend, which was nice in anticipation of the Fed meeting and cutting that main interest rate. Then they popped up for a second, which really had some people surprised. Mortgage rates are not directly tied to the federal funds rate, but we are looking really good. In fact, I brought a graphic just to show you where we've come and how we're doing. If you take a look, we've got the left side of the screen. Those are the lows coming out of COVID. This is average 30-year mortgage rates. Then we went up. We've been through that period. But look on the far right side. That's the coming down. That tail there is really significant over the last year. We finished out last week at 6.08% for 30-year loans. We really haven't seen that since September of 2022. Wow. So we'll take that. This time last year, we were over 7%. You might remember last October, we were touching 8%. So this really is good news for people who are coming back to the marketplace, although we've been working with a lot of clients who are moving for other lifestyle reasons throughout the year.
Right. And speaking of kind of those lifestyle changes, realtors affectionately refer to the 5 Ds. Can you explain what those are?
Sure. This is a little bit of inside baseball, but we know that people move for a variety of reasons, and those motivating factors don't always have to do with interest rates.
Right.
So here they are. We've got the 5 Ds. First of all, this was nice. You guys put this together. I don't even have to remember this. Thank you so much. Diplomas, people graduating, right? Buying that first home. We're working with some first-time home buyers right now. Diamonds, getting married.
Right.
We want our first house together. Diapers, kiddos coming along. We need more room. Death and divorce also happens kind of less exciting, but happen
Necessity.
regardless of the interest rates
Right,
sometimes.
right,
So
absolutely.
these are people that have been motivated throughout the year, and now we're starting to see people who say, you know, I'd like to move.
Right.
And we anticipate we'll see more of that in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely. Okay, so what do you see for the rest of the year? Many people are wondering how low these mortgage rates might go.
Yeah, it's going to depend on a few economic factors. First of all, we've got inflation. We need indicators to say that that's going to stay under control. We've been watching the job market very closely, a softening job market. If that continues, we will likely see mortgage rates continue to go down. Experts are in agreement, though. This is going to be gradual.
Yeah.
Though. Don't look for anything major. We have people kind of holding off through the presidential election. That is somewhat typical this time of year. We will see possibly high 5% range going into early next year. We'll have to wait and see. But I must say real quick, there are a lot of opportunities right now. So if you don't have to wait, there are people who've been sitting on the market and would love to strike a deal.
There you go.
So even though prices are still really good, there's a lot of options out there. So take advantage of them.
The time is now, right?
I say
the
go
time
for
is
it.
always
Yes.
now, Lane.
Before the diamonds and the diplomas.
Before all the necessities.
Correct,
you know?
correct, yes.
Yeah, do it because you want to.
I love it.
Lane, thank you as always. You're
welcome.
fantastic.
Have a
Love
good
to have
day.
you on. You too.
Shout out to the lovely Sapphire Grace that's also in the building. Guys, make sure you subscribe to her channel. She rising so great to see that you stay Sapphire because after that hurricane, great to see that you are doing safe and your family is doing well. Also, shout out to Sugar Bump that's also in the building. Great to see you. Go ahead, Jordan. Continue.
So yeah, we about to get into this topic. So, you know, as a video we show, you know, hey, you know, it looks like, you know, it's you know, if you want to buy a house right now, it's a good time, you know. It depends on what area you in, you know. But other than that, you know, it's gonna be an interesting topic. So I'm start with you on the spot, you know. Let's hear your expertise about, you know, is it a right time to buy a house?
It is because especially if you don't own any property. Okay. So where should I start? Okay, let me work on my nerves. Okay. The first thing I want to say is interest rates. Okay. So people who have never purchased, and that is who I target on my channel, because there are lots of people in our community who don't own one property, not one, right? So for people who have never purchased and they're thinking about maybe purchasing, or they're not, what I find is most people in our community aren't thinking about it at all, right? So if they're hearing, you know, these, you know, they're not familiar with the process, they're hearing these news reports about interest rates being high. Let me put this into perspective, okay? Interest rates were insanely, like, once in a lifetime low during COVID. Okay. They went all the way down to around 2%, which is wild, crazy, bananas low. Okay. It was an anomaly, right? Where interest rates are now, that 6% is normal. That is the level where rates were prior to the huge COVID dip. Also, to provide even more perspective when it comes to interest rates, because this should not prevent you from attempting to purchase right now. To put it into more perspective, when I got licensed in 2018, my instructor, because you have to take an education course in order to become a licensed realtor like myself, but my instructor had been in the business for 30 years. She was what I call a legend. Okay. And so she pointed to a time, I think it was in the 70s. Do you know what interest rates were? I want to hear you guys guess.
20%?
0.50%.
Prince is, oh my God, 0.50. I wish. Mr. Hakeem was closer. They were well above the double digits, over 20%. Crazy. And if you think about it, people were still purchasing during that time. So where we are now, right around 6%, even up to 7%, looking at the past 50 years is average. Everybody say average.
Average.
Thank you. So I don't want you to freak out, because interest rates are higher than they were during COVID, but COVID was think of it as just an anomaly. It was a crazy time. And that's what it was. Also, if you're renting, you are losing money every single month. Okay.
Facts.
That's a fact. Your rent, you'll never see it again ever. You won't see a portion of it. You won't, it's gone forever, right? So every year you continue to rent, you are delaying your financial building on your financial foundation, which, by the way, real quick, I'll do my financial foundation. 1 month of savings, 1 month of enough money that will cover all your expenses. A lot of industry professionals say 6 months. I target our community, right? So I say 1 month, okay? That's the base of your financial foundation. The second is your insurances. Everything should be insured. You should have health insurance, car insurance, life insurance, all of your insurances. Those are the two at your financial base. People want to talk on social media about investing. Investing is what happens at the top of the financial pyramid. So the base is savings for a month, then your insurances, and then your opportunity fund and your first property. That is a solid financial foundation. 20% for a house that only costs it. Oh, right. That's funny. Yeah. So I want to put all of this in perspective for people, because headlines and news reports are meant to be salacious, sensational, whatever. But it doesn't change the fact that, one, interest rates are average, and two, if you're renting, the sooner you make your purchase, the better financial decision that is for your overall financial picture and your financial future.
Man, you gave out a lot of great information, but the only reason why people mention a lot on investment, because when you leave money in the savings account, it don't really gain interest. It only gain about 0.1%, depend on the bank. So normally a lot of investors say put it on a high yield savings account, because at least your money doubles. Like there's some high yield savings account that is up to 4%. Go ahead.
Exactly. And your 1 month of savings can be in a CD, can be in a high yield savings, can be, in something that's going to earn you more than the average savings account. But you need to have at least that much money put away, and then go on to the next stack, which is your insurances, and then go on to the next stack, which is purchasing your first property.
Okay, this is my question, because there's people that's watching the show and probably gonna watch the playback.
Yes.
There's some people, they do want to buy a home, but they just don't make enough income at their job. So what do you expect them to do? That's why Hakeem said there's not a lot of people buying homes, because of the aspect they don't make enough. So what should they do? Should they get into marriage, or should they just?
I love this question.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Thank you so much for this question.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. The first thing I want everybody to understand is that it's within reach. My last video, my last On a Spot content, I have a playlist called #On a Spot on the channel. I showed you, I showed how many homes? 3 different homes that a person making $47,000 a year can afford. I showed 3 homes that actually sold, right? So I didn't make them up. These aren't things that are in my imagination. And I show you the actual homes. I show you the bedrooms, the bathrooms. I show you what the what your monthly payment would be on a $47,000 a year challenge. That thumbnail is my face, and it's a big $47,000 on it if you want to check that out. So if you make less than $47,000, maybe you'll work on income. But most people watching this stream make more than $47,000. So I want to keep that in perspective. Hakeem, did you have your hand up?
I did have a question. So when you said $47,000 income,
Yes.
How much did the houses cost? And what location was they in?
You should check out the replay, Mr. Hakeem, who hasn't apologized yet.
Well, I will, but because
I showed 3 different ones. I showed a condo, I showed a single family, I believe, and I showed and this was the best one. The last property was the best one because it can help someone's financial future if they happen to be an entrepreneur. So that'll be my teaser for that. But I showed 3 different homes that had sold at prices someone at $47,000 can afford. Number, it's not about your income, guys. Go ahead, Hakeem.
No. Where was it located? Because that's important. Because here's the thing.
You can see the addresses. You can see photos of the home. Go check it out. See, people don't know. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm on YouTube.
Listen, because here's the thing. If it's in some stick town, how many people?
I live in Chicago. These were all in Chicago. I live in the third largest city in our country. We are metropolitan. This is Chicago. This is a fantastic city. All 3 homes were in the Chicago area. I do this.
Outside of the Chicago, the greater Chicago land, or inside the Chicago?
One was downtown. One was a condo downtown with a fitness center and a dry cleaner in the building. I do this, Hakeem.
I believe it in a Midwest.
What was the mortgage rate? What is a 30-year mortgage rate?
She ain't want to tell. She don't want to tell how much the house. And listen,
I want to make sure this is the video right here.
Go to her channel because I want to know.
Scared about buy a home. That's the one.
No, it says $47,000 challenge or something like that.
Hold on.
No, because I'm trying to put the link. I'm trying to put the link in the chat so people can go and watch it. Hakeem, do you find it? I'm trying to find it right now.
I'm looking for it right now.
Oh no, it says Onus. Oh no, it says Onus Spot destroys Mark the Mentor. I clickbait sometimes, but
no, I'm trying to say I see you clickbait, so I'm trying to find out. So like I'm trying to find it for you. Shout out to Jesse Me Out, that's also in the building. Jesse Me Out, happy birthday, happy belated birthday, my brother.
But while you're doing that, Ronnie, let me tell you something. It's not about how much you make. This is another misconception. I'm here to bust myths today. Okay.
Okay. Go right ahead.
How much you make is about something called DTI. You can make $1 million a year. You can make $1 million a year and not qualify to purchase property based on your DTI. You can make $47,000 a year, as is evidenced in my video, and be able to purchase property. It comes down to your DTI, which is your debt to income ratio. Your debt to income ratio is simply your monthly expenses divided by your monthly income. All right. You want that to be 30% or less. So you can do a quick calculation. How much do I spend on my fixed expenses? Fixed expenses are your expenses that are the same every month. So what you pay for housing, your car note, your insurance, your student loans, if you're paying those back. Take your fixed expenses, divide them by your income. The number after the decimal, you want it to be 30 or less. We like 28. We like 17. The lower, the better. But if you're high, if it's like 0.5 or God forbid 0.8 something, then you have to work on your DTI. And let me tell you another fact. Okay, I'm here to give factual information. That is the number one reason people are denied. It is not their credit. It is not their income. It's their DTI. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Yeah, so I get it, but this might so I get where you're coming from. But sometimes some information could be applicable in certain areas. But places like Houston, Miami.
Houston is more affordable than Chicago.
No. But Houston is still expensive. There's houses $250. Listen, in Miami,
you don't have to buy that. This.
No, say Texas, Hakeem.
And he still hasn't apologized.
Listen, so this the point I was saying.
And I did find a video. The link, the video is pinned. It's not pinned, but it's in the.
Is there another dude in the video with you, like a dark skinned guy?
Yes.
Like with my skin complexion.
Yes, that's the one.
Because
he didn't believe me either. That's how people get on my thumbnails, Hakeem. He tried to tell me what was possible, and I had to show him with evidence. And so it's there in video form for everyone to see forever.
But that might be in Chicago. That might be in Chicago.
No, because they're coming from a city like Miami.
So you talking about buying something that's not a fixer-upper. We could straight just move in.
I showed you. You can see photos of the home. You can Google Earth the home. You can see the address. You see, and this is not, and I purposely used homes that have been sold because I want people to see and to note that this is something someone has done, right? So you have no excuse not to do it. So Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey said, if man has done it, then man can do it. And
wow, she made it quoted Marcus Garvey.
And I'm
And
going to
that's
go
my
further.
and that's my
Wait a
mentor.
minute.
That's
I'm
my
going to go
mentor.
further. So someone purchased those homes that I show in that video. And at an affordability rate of 40. What is your excuse now, right? Like before I came to YouTube, maybe people had excuses, but that is over now. Look at that.
So
That's 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, 1,500 square feet.
This is on Calumet Avenue. I heard. Is this a safe
Shout
area?
out to Calumet. I used to live on Calumet.
But this is safe area. Are you sure they're not going to be
I
working
ain't gonna lie,
out
but 4 bed, but Hakeem 4 bedroom 2 baths pretty good compared to Miami. You get that. That's, you won't even find something like that.
Are you sure
So
they're not
that's a
going to
really
say
good price.
on phone? But you see, this the thing. I believe this is a nice place.
Hakeem, I say why you find free information? Hakeem find against free information. And just hit me out say plus minimal payment on any debt you already have, like a
Look
credit
at these
card. But go ahead.
hardwood floors. And I also want to what did I want to say? He's inflaming me tonight again, and he owes me an apology. But what I want to say is, the 3 homes I showed were in 3 different areas of the city, and one was downtown in the city, in the center, in the heart of downtown Chicago. So, and I purposely did that. I'm purposely doing these things because I have a mission to empower the audience, everybody I reach, everybody I touch, everybody who gets to see my content, to let them know that they can do it. I always say purchasing your first property is not hard. You can do it. And my channel is here to help. And you can just, go through these receipts all day long.
But this is in Chicago.
Chicago is the third. Like there's New York. No, I'm sorry. Yes, there's New York, there's LA, then there's Chicago. Most people watching from any other market will be looking in less expensive markets, which is why I used my own market. Oh, that's my, I thought he was in the chat. Yeah, that's my friend.
No, but that's pretty. Those are beautiful homes. I'm not gonna lie. I love the imagery.
But
But
look at this new kitchen. Oh my god.
but the thing is, it like I said, it's good to obtain a home, but how you maintain a home, that's the issue. Because remember, you still have issues you may have to deal with, like roofing,
question too.
plumbing.
Question too.
Go right ahead.
Love that question. Okay, so if you're purchasing your first property and you live in a major city and you are busy, I advise most people to purchase a condo. My first purchase was a condo. I had 0 maintenance because it was a condo. So that is one way to mitigate that off the top. There are a couple other things I'd like to mention, depending on how, of course, you can hold your own reserve. You can have a pot of money just put away in case something happens, like we do with our cars, etc. Nobody says, I don't want to buy a car because it might break down or something might break. Another thing is a very motivated seller might offer a warranty on the major components of the home. Also, if you buy brand new construction, it's pretty standard across the country that the builder automatically provides a 1-year home warranty for the home itself and everything in it, every appliance, literally everything. So you have that available. And then my favorite thing, there's a new kind of situation happening as we move toward a more technology-focused society. There is a subscription program for the components in your home, like your appliances, your water heater, etc., where the company will come out and service it once a year, as they should. And just by being a subscriber, because you have the subscription service, if something happens to break, they fix it for free.
Man, she's giving out good information. I'm not gonna lie, I'm soaking all this in.
It's time. It's time. It is time. It is time. And I want to point out something. In that clip that you guys played, what was that first D that he mentioned? What was the first D? He said, there are these Ds. What was the first D? Do you guys remember?
No. Go back to the first video.
Last one, I remember the last one was death and divorce. One
diapers.
Was diapers.
Oh no, diapers.
One for I forgot what the other D was for Mary and everything.
That was say come together. Remember I say come together, definite divorce, come together, children, like kids.
The first one was diploma.
Oh yeah,
People
diploma.
are purchasing. Listen to me. I practice every day. I work with very well qualified buyers, and I'm blessed to do it. My channel is to target my community because I notice that they are not participating at the level that other groups are. We have clients who purchase properties for their sons and daughters on graduation day, at graduation time. They are not teaching their offspring to purchase 2 decades later, to rent and pay rent for 15, 17, 25. That's crazy. That's crazy. 25 years. And so I like that he had that diploma in there because other groups and other communities are purchasing much earlier. And so that sets us back. Remember, our financial success and the function of wealth has the element of time in it, right? So every year we continue to rent, we're pushing ourselves further and further back.
Not that, but shout out to Show Your Life podcast that's watching us on IG. Of course, Ruthless Truth watching us on IG, and also Patrick is also watching us on IG. Shout out to you guys that's watching us on IG. Rumble, of course, it just don't show you who watching on Rumble. We have 10 people watching us on Rumble. Shout out to those watching us on Rumble.
I also did a video like last year on Houston, Miami, and there was one other, was it Dallas? I did 3 southern cities and I compared places to rent versus places that you can own for less than rent. That's on my channel too. I know for sure I did. Atlanta. It was Houston, Miami, Atlanta.
Hakeem got pictures pulling up from Florida. That's where we stay in right now on the spot. So we stay in Miami, which is very high end. So that way he's showing you the different prices.
Like Fort Lauderdale. Like, be smart. All you need is a realtor to guide you. Be smart. Be smart. And I always tell people, I tell everyone, people I'm working with, people I'm advising, people I'm just talking to on the channel, you need to purchase less than you can afford. Whoever you are, wherever you are, your first purchase needs to be less than what you're approved for.
That's very true. You know,
and that's how you set yourself up for success. Go ahead, Jordan. Sorry.
I was gonna say, like I'm out here in LA, and one of the cities that's kind of hot right now, which is like an hour away from me, is Fontana. And that area is really booming right now, and a lot of people that live in the city are moving towards that way, or Riverside, and also Rancho Cucamonga as well. So yep.
And I want to ask this too, as people are thinking about this, if you live in a very expensive city, which you can't get more expensive than Los Angeles, California, or New York, what is keeping you in that city? Like, how great is your job? Are you making the cap amount you could? In which case I can see, why you, or if you have children and stuff like that, and that kind of thing. But, for other people who otherwise are not tied down, why are you not exploring other cities where you can begin to grow wealth? It's time to do it now, friends.
I think it's comfortability. That's one, comfortability, and also family. Some people they're afraid to leave their family members. So that's why they don't venture out. And also comfortability. They're like, okay, I'm comfortable here. And I like it here. So I don't want to leave. So, but Hakeem mentioned that all the time. Especially when me and him have personal talk, he mentioned that all the time, like, hey, we might have to venture out. We might have to leave Miami and go somewhere up north, and build a family. He tells me that all the time.
It's about doing what's right for your financial future. If the place that you're in, if you're just there because that's where you came from, or you're just there, to what do you owe that place? That I think you owe it more to yourself to focus on your financial success.
And what's your idea when it comes to the aspect of marriage? To a man and a woman work together and building a home, or what is your thoughts on that?
Marriage is cool if you want to do that. It's not necessary, but you can do it.
No, it is necessary.
You say it's not necessary?
No,
you say it's not necessary?
No, I'm
What?
definitely a single person who's never going to be married.
Whoa, wait, no. On the spot, no.
You guys didn't know. Everybody knows that.
I rebuke that.
Okay.
No, yes, that's a choice. But going back to your question, as it relates to purchasing property, you don't have to wait until you get married to purchase property. I just did a story on Lotto, who recently purchased a property, and I pulled up this statistic, and more young women are, taking that step because it makes financial sense, right? To go ahead and purchase their first property, even though they aren't married. But you can be married, you can be single, and it's against the law for anyone to discriminate against you when it comes to your mortgage, your realtor, your entire process based on anything like that. So you are absolutely protected. No one is there to judge your lifestyle or your choices. They are there to advise you and help you get to your goal of purchasing.
Whew. I ain't gonna lie, this was a good segment. I ain't gonna lie. Thank you so much. On the spot, you guys, y'all gotta make sure y'all subscribe to her channel. Y'all ain't subscribed already. I'm ashamed of you guys because he gave out some great information. Link is pinned on top of the chat. Also, I put it on Rumble family. Y'all should have it. The link is pinned on Instagram. Instagram, the only one I don't think you can go straight directly to the channel. But when we edit it, y'all gonna be able to tag and be able to go directly to her channel. So. Man, it was good. I ain't gonna lie, it was good. I'm gonna actually go back and rewatch it again. That's how good it was.
Thank you, Ronnie. Can I say one thing before I go?
No, leave. Don't stay.
Oh.
We're not asking you to leave. I was just saying.
Okay.
All that this segment was good, but go ahead. You can say one more thing. Go right ahead.
I just want to say one thing, and I also have a video on this. Down payment assistance is available in all 50 states, everywhere in the U.S., including Hawaii and Puerto Rico, I think, too. Down payment assistance is available. Okay. So if you don't, so here are the things that we're scratching off the list. Okay. These are not excuses to not buy. Interest rates, not an excuse. How much money you have saved, not an excuse. How much money you make, as long as it's over $47,000, is not an excuse. All right. And your credit is also not an excuse. You can get an FHA loan with, I believe it's still under a 600 credit score. So these are all things you can take off the table, and down payment assistance is available in all 50 states. And I have the links on that video. I'll repin it to my community tab since new people will probably be coming over.
Yeah, they're gonna be coming over. I ain't gonna lie, you get a lot of people's courage. You gave a lot of people's courage today. I'm not gonna lie. You gave a lot of people's courage. You sound like Dave Ramsey. I ain't gonna lie, you sound just like Dave Ramsey.
Do I? That's crazy.
You do, yeah. Because Dave Ramsey said the same thing. He be like, stop making excuses, go out there and go get a home. Fear is the number one drive in our community. We are afraid. We are afraid to prosper and we are afraid to win. So, Hakeem, don't be scared. Go get your home. Stop playing. Go get your home.
And apologize to the queen.
Listen, there's some stuff I'm gonna still disagree on.
But can you apologize for misleading your audience and leading them to believe you potentially set people back financially for some time?
But I was talking to the ones who can't afford to buy right now.
She said not an excuse.
No, it isn't. She said you got to be over 47,000. So if you make it 25,000, you can only live in a single wide trailer.
I mean, get your bag up.
No, I have another tip for you. Do you know that you can purchase a home using Section 8? If you receive Section 8, a Section 8 benefit, there is a purchase program throughout the country. And let me tell you about this program real quick. Not only can you purchase through the program, they'll give you additional money to fix the home and to purchase other things like new appliances, brand new appliances through that program.
Man, I can't keep no excuse. Hakeem, you gotta apologize. No excuses.
No,
She
I
give you all the information you need.
But listen, you was very informative. We do got to work together on some stuff. You know what I mean?
I didn't really get that apology, Hakeem.
No. I apologize on the spot live for telling the truth.
For telling lies to the people.
For a small misinformation.
To potentially harm our community.
She want a real apology, Hakeem. You gotta wipe your face. You gotta become like Marcus Garvey.
We can move on. I don't want to.
Go ahead, Jordan. We got several topics, and plus we got to go to the main topic. But I really do love this segment. This was really, really good. I'm not gonna lie, it was a really good. Guys, if you miss it, guys, make sure y'all go and watch the playback. She dropped a lot of gems. Shout out to No Chase that's also in the building. Go ahead, Jordan, because time is against us. Go right ahead.
All right, before we go to the main topic, I want to talk about this, and this is on DDG, and he's talking about his idea of how to really, if you work a 9 to 5, don't use that, to make a career out of it. If you want to make a business, 9 to 5 is always the best option to fund your business within 10 years, and after 10 years, you should be good to go. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the DDG viral video, and after that, we'll chop it up.
5 should only be used to fund your own business. Like, I don't think nobody should ever get a job and say, I'm going to be the 10-year best employee of the year. Like, nobody should ever think that, because if you ever late too many times, they're going to get rid of you. They don't care what you got going on in your family. They don't care about nothing. If I'm the business and you always late and you doing this, I'm firing you. It's plain and simple. I don't give a damn what you got going on, because I know I got 1,000 applications and they gonna grind hard because they need this money to fund their business or just to work here forever. So I'll tell people all the time, I'm like, bro, you can't be stuck in no 9 to 5. It's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5, but it's like, it's what you're doing with the 9 to 5. You shouldn't be working a 9 to 5 to take care of your life for the rest of your life. A 9 to 5 should only be used to fund.
So yeah, that was DDG. Hey man, Ronnie Lamont. The two fellas that you see, that's the one on the right. That was Lamont's brother, and then the one on the right, that was his cut. That was that's Lamont's both his cousins. So I just want to let you guys know.
Nice.
Yeah. So born and raised in Pontiac. So which I was, born and raised in Pontiac as well. So, but there you go. That was DDG's his advice about funding a business and everything. So go ahead now, Hakeem. Man, what's your take on what DDG was talking about?
I'm gonna let On the Spot Live take it first. I'll go after her.
Hakeem shocked because she corrected his error, the error of his ways.
I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure I don't get no misinformation. Go ahead, Queen. I'm gonna let you go.
Is Pontiac in Michigan?
Yes, it's outside of Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's outside of Detroit.
All right, cool. Here's what I would say. I would say that whatever you're making at your job, you should be investing into business or into real estate. You shouldn't just be making money, paying bills, making money, paying bills. And so if for some reason you do lose that job, you have these income producing assets to fall back on. Even if, everybody might not be an entrepreneur, but everybody can be an investor. That's my thought.
You sound like
Supreme God PhD, you came late. She just did she did an amazing job on real estate and everything. And PhD gonna come now?
Oh, my bad. I was busy.
Oh, you gotta watch the playback, PhD. But she gave a lot of gems that shocked the world, and you just came down.
Shocked the world.
Is that right? Okay, I'll watch the playback.
Because on the spot she does real estate as well. PhD, Supreme God PhD. So she's in the real estate world as well. So that's why I was telling her, man, you gotta watch the playback, PhD. It was really good. I ain't gonna lie, I was shocked. I could buy a house on my low income. You see, PhD, there's hope for me.
Good for you. Yeah, honestly, I would prefer to get
Lord
out of
Jesus.
But that's just me.
No, No, but go ahead, PhD. Your commentary on the 9 to 5. Should you use your 9 to 5 to invest in your own business and not work for the man?
So that's the thing. That line of thinking is ridiculous, right? So if you know the basics about like economics, you know that everybody isn't meant, like in the system that we're in, everybody isn't meant to be a business owner. If everyone has their own business, then how do you ever get like a large corporation, right? I mean, it just really doesn't make sense. And I don't know, it's concerning to me that Black people tend to get like into these tropes, and then they think that that's the only way, right? So we can, rewind a decade or so, and everybody thought you got to have a college degree. If you get a college degree, you'll be successful. Okay, so now we're realizing that that's absolutely not the case, right? So you have to apply some strategy to getting a college degree, or you have to have a thought out plan. And so now we're into this whole entrepreneur or business owner mindset. And so now, there are people telling folks everybody need to be a business owner. And that's just not the reality of it. Most businesses go under within, 5 years, right? The vast majority of them. And so to say that everybody needs to be a business owner, it takes a lot to be a business owner. It ain't for the weak, right? And so most people don't have, what it takes to be a successful business owner, because that's what you want to do, right? You want to be a successful business owner, not just a business owner. So I think that's ridiculous. I can get with the idea that, if you work a 9 to 5, you should also be trying to invest or have some other, assets that can make you income or whatnot. The reality is, though, that a lot of people just scrape and buy, right? And so they aren't in a position to do that either. With all the gig economy, with everybody trying to have a side hustle, it's only, 24 hours in a day. And a lot of people don't have the mindset to be successful at investing either, right? And so we're going to have, and I'd say the masses are going to be 9 to 5 workers. And there's nothing wrong with that. There are plenty of people who have gotten up in the morning, went to work, came home, took care of their families, and been successful at that, right? They've been able to, some have been able to purchase a home and raise their families and send their kids off, and the kids, the next generation is able to do a little bit better. That's kind of how, the mindset is in this country. You just want your kids to be able to do better than you, so you might sacrifice for that. But the idea that everybody is supposed to own a business, it's just ridiculous.
Diva, PhD, I agree 100% because there's a lot of times as business owners, you're not going to be able to have sleepless nights. Like for me, for exactly, I didn't sleep till I didn't really have like a good sleep since last night because I work overnight. I come back home. I take my wife to work. I'm with my daughter most of the time. I might get maybe an hour or two a nap in and everything. Doing this for 2 hours, and then after I'm done, I'm with my daughter. I gotta pick my wife from work. Luckily, I'm off tonight, so I could probably get maybe a full hour of sleep and everything. But like I said, you just have to have a mindset to be of a business owner, and a lot of people don't have a mindset of being a business owner. And the thing is, majority of the average people likes to sleep, like to get the 8 or 9 hours of sleep or something like that. There's business owners who might work 20 hours a day. They might get 4 hours of sleep, 2 hours of sleep, and everything. They are grasping every day of how can I get better? How can I make my business better and everything, and having that mindset. So what DDG was talking about, like everybody to be a business owner, I disagree with that. I agree with the aspect, like if you want to have a side business, like you want to have maybe a food truck, for the weekend, or maybe get some vending machines that could be helping you out for anything. I believe in side businesses, but when it comes to having like your own business and everything, 90% what a business feels like that. So yeah, man, it don't work like that. And a lot of people, I agree with you. Like again, PhD, I agree with you. A lot of people can't be business owners because they don't have the mindset.
Not only becoming a business owner, remember you have to deal with insurance, especially when you have people working under you. There's a lot of stuff that come into play when it comes to stuff like that. So the capability of being a business owner is not for the masses. It's only for a small percentage of people. That's why only small percentage of people do become successful. Now in our black community, I do agree we should have slightly more business owner, because it seems like a lot of black people like to abandon their businesses because it always failed in the first 5 years. But I think we should have a little bit more. But to me, if you're working a 9 to 5 and you want to create like a small venue, like you want to sell T-shirts or hats, like what we're doing, or you want to do a podcast, you want to invest in your own podcast. To me, those are great ideas. But to me, keep your 9 to 5. To me, there's nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5, because sometimes that 9 to 5, remember, you got health benefits, you got 401ks. Right. Sometimes it's stuff that comes on with a 9 to 5. I remember one time, long-term disability. I remember one time I saw a story where there's even rich people go back and get a 9 to 5 job just for the benefit. Yeah. And there's some people in the space, PhD, Supreme guys, you know who I'm talking about, that have a 9 to 5. But that have a 9 to 5 just for the benefit. So I'm saying some people do that because they know if they don't have a 9 to 5 and they try to do medical bills on their own, it tends to be expensive. So I think go ahead with your 9 to 5. To me, if you love your 9 to 5, don't stop. Keep doing it. And then now that it was another story too. There was a wealthy black man that he worked at his company for 40 years. He ended up being like a 1.2 millionaire off his 401k. Yeah. So anything is possible. Yeah. Be smart out here, folks. Go ahead, Hakeem. I don't know if Hakeem's there. I don't know. You step away.
Where my baby daddy at?
I'm here. So here's the thing. I got to put the black community on notice. I got to point a finger, because the thing is, we are the one that were promoting this boss up, boss level, be a boss, get your LLCs. You remember them years where they say get your LLCs? You know what I mean? Not paying your annual report. You know what I mean? So, and our community frowns on people who work regular jobs, even the women that we love so much. You know what I mean? 47,000 is too small. It's too small of a number to even love somebody anymore. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? You have people who are attracted to this lifestyle, attracted to the, okay, he has his own business, or he's this and that. Now, I do agree with a lot of points you said, PhD, because I do think that not everybody can do that, but I think that we need to foster the idea of, I say, hey, being a regular person is a beautiful thing, and I think that that's an issue too. Working a 9 to 5 is wrong. Having 40-hour work week and a pension plan, a lot of people don't look at that as being a good thing. They say that you're not ambitious enough. I need to upgrade you. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't have enough hustle in them to go get the dollars. And that's my point. So I got to put, and look, there's a book I read called The Wealth of Nations. And there was a part in there that I think that we as black people need to understand, where it says we are always like preaching individuals to pursue their own self-interest rather for the common good that can inadvertently benefit the whole society. You know what I'm trying to say? And I think that's the most important thing for us. You know what I mean? Everybody want to open up a business, but you selling cheesecakes and hot dogs ain't going to help us. I'm going to get diabetes after a while. If I don't got it now, you know what I'm saying?
Well, at least you supporting black businesses. So I love supporting black businesses. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have an issue with that. But.
No, I you're right though. But I do. But like, if we start to do and document all the black businesses that are now, are any of them like for the common good? Are they helping us get anywhere closer to our goal?
No, not necessarily. No.
You know what I mean? They're selling cookies, cheesecakes, sauce. You know what I mean? With the hot sauce in it.
Hey, I mean, that sounds good though. That sounds good though.
I'm all
sounds good.
Good chicken sauce.
I don't know if I can't make that's a bad thing. That thing sounds good right about now.
I went and got a cup today by the Rolex. I did. I got me a good cup too. I'm a hypocrite.
On the spot, Rolex is over here. Is a near strip club in Miami. So
in Miami.
Yeah. So you probably like, what is a Rolex? Yeah, it's not the Rolex to watch.
No,
It's the strip club.
This is a strip
Yeah.
club. And they sell a mean chicken sauce at the barbecue pit, right? across the street.
Oh, that's what you go to get the chicken sauce?
That's what I go to
Yeah,
get.
yeah, because they got food trucks and stuff
You know
like
what I
that
mean?
outside.
And I walk in the strip club to spend a couple $. You know, I got to give them.
No, you don't.
I can't. This is a Christian based channel.
No, my bad. It's a Christian based channel. My bad. It's a Christian based channel, but sometimes I got to go in there and give a stimulus package. You know what I mean?
You know what?
You can also be a passive owner too. You could also be a passive owner. I think in our community, we do have entrepreneurs in our community. I think more of our entrepreneurs need to link up with our non-entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And you can maybe contribute some of the capital. And now you have, they're running it. They're the entrepreneur. And now you have a passive source of income and an equity stake in a business. I think that works for, that could work for a lot of people.
I like that. But you're right. You're right. I think, but that also is an issue too on the Spotlight, because everybody want to be the HNIC, and some people want you to just give them the money without no contracts and say, "Don't worry, I got you later."
Nah.
Yeah, you should definitely always have contracts whenever you have an agreement that involves investing capital.
Preach. Facts. That being said, moving forward to the main topic. So, Jordan, the debate, I didn't even see the debate. Did you see the debate?
Wow.
I also saw a little bit of it. So, if you guys and girls don't know, the vice president debate was last night. I really couldn't catch it a little bit, but I got a couple of highlights of it. So I have 2 topics from the debate. So the first topic we're going to get into the vice president. Let me see if I can find it. 1 second.
Yeah, Ashton, she is on the spot. She's awesome. I was telling people go and subscribe. As you can see, she's very beautiful as well. So for the guys, but she's not on the market. She's not on the market.
Why are you putting that lady personal business out there? She is up here giving her expertise, and you up here objectifying this lady. Stop it.
No, I'm saying she's very beautiful. How does I'm justifying? I'm saying she's very beautiful.
And very intelligent too. Right. She's
and very intelligent.
intelligent.
PhD, I said that to you all the time. I say PhD, but I'll call you the supreme goddess PhD, but I give you that power. You got to uplift our black sister.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she's very beautiful. So I'm telling you, because
this is a safe place for black women.
Thank you to everyone for the very nice comments.
Yeah, definitely.
The debate was all right. So Sophia Gray said the debate was okay. So that means it wasn't all that good then. Probably was all that good.
Well, listen, Waltz was scrambling like 2 eggs on there. He was scrambling.
So how can you saw the debate? You saw the debate.
Me and my mama, we watched it together.
That's cute.
I heard they said were they fact checking the candidates?
Yeah,
they was.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because he kept going in with them. Yeah, they was fact checking
off
him.
the mic.
So who was lying?
Wow.
Who got called?
That's a good question. I gotta see the debate. I'm being honest. I see the debate tomorrow.
JD Vance. So here's one of the topics, Hakeem. So play the clip with how they addressed the Affordable Care Act.
Is that the first link or the second link?
It's the first link.
That's why I gotta go watch the. I'm gonna watch the full debate because when they do clips, they only do certain parts. But I'm gonna watch the whole
Top
thing.
problems facing Americans is the high cost of health care. Senator Vance, at the last presidential debate, former President Trump was asked about replacing the Affordable Care Act. In response, he said, "I have concepts of a plan." Since then, Senator, you've talked about changing how chronically ill Americans get health insurance. Can you explain how that would work? And can you guarantee that Americans with pre-existing conditions won't pay more? I'll give you 2 minutes.
Well, of course, we're going to cover Americans with pre-existing conditions. In fact, a lot of my family members have gotten health care. I believe, members of my family actually got private health insurance, at least for the first time, switched off of Medicaid onto private insurance for the first time under Donald Trump's leadership. And I think that, a lot of people have criticized this concepts of a plan remark. Look, it's very simple common sense. I think as Tim Walz knows from 12 years in Congress, you're not going to propose a 900-page bill standing on a debate stage. It would bore everybody.
One of the top
to tears, and it wouldn't actually mean anything because part of this is the give and take of bipartisan negotiation. Now, when Donald Trump was actually president, and again, he has a record to be proud of, prescription drugs fell in 2018 for the first time in a very long time. Under Kamala Harris's leadership, prescription drugs are up about 7%. Under Donald Trump's entire 4 years, they were up about 1.5%. He introduced pricing transparency. Think about healthcare. You go into a hospital, you try to buy something, and nobody knows what it actually costs. That price transparency will actually give American consumers a little bit more choice and will also drive down costs. And we talked about, the reinsurance regulations is what I was talking about. Look, Donald Trump has said that if we allow states to experiment a little bit on how to cover both the chronically ill but the non-chronically ill, it's not just a plan. He actually implemented some of these regulations when he was president of the United States. And I think you can make a really good argument that it salvaged Obamacare to tears, which was doing disastrously until Donald Trump came along. And I think this is an important point about President Trump. Of course, you don't have to agree with everything that President Trump has ever said or ever done. But when Obamacare was crushing under the weight of its own regulatory burden and health care costs, Donald Trump could have destroyed the program. Instead, he worked in a bipartisan way to ensure that Americans had access to affordable care. It's not perfect, of course, and there's so much more that we can do. But I think that Donald Trump has earned the right to put in place some better health care policies. He's earned it because he did it successfully the first time.
Governor?
All right, here's where being an old guy gives you some history. I was there at the creation of the...
Which was doing...
There's one, though, that this one is troubling to me, and I say that because I think we need to tell the story. Donald Trump refused to acknowledge this. And the fact is that I don't think we can be the frog in the pot and let the boiling water go up. He was very clear. I mean, he lost this election, and he said he didn't. 140 police officers were beaten at the Capitol that day, some with the American flag. Several later died. And it wasn't just in there. In Minnesota, a group gathered on the state capitol grounds in St. Paul and said, we're marching to the governor's residence and there may be casualties. The only person there was my son and his dog, who was rushed out crying by state police. That issue, and Mike Pence standing there as they were chanting, hang Mike Pence. Mike Pence made the right decision. So, Senator, it was adjudicated over and over and over. I worked with kids long enough to know, and I said as a football coach, sometimes you really want to win, but the democracy is bigger than winning an election. You shake hands, and then you try and do everything you can to help the other. There's one, though, that this one is their side win. That's what was at stake here. Now, the thing I'm most concerned about is the idea that imprisoning your political opponents, already laying the groundwork for people not accepting this. And a president's words matter. A president's words matter. People hear that. So I think this issue of settling our differences at the ballot box, shaking hands when we lose, being honest about it, but to deny what happened on January 6th, the first time in American history that a president or anyone tried to overturn a fair election and the peaceful transfer of power. And here we are 4 years later in the same boat. I will tell you this, that when this is over, we need to shake hands this election, and the winner needs to be the winner. This has got to stop. It's tearing our country apart.
Margaret?
It's really rich for Democratic leaders to say that Donald Trump is a unique threat to democracy when he peacefully...
Was that it? Because he didn't comment on the thing.
Yeah, that. I mean, I thought he got a little bit more towards that when it comes to the.
He didn't say nothing on the affordable.
The affordable care. I think it was just basic. I think it was just highlighted from the whole debate, like to do a piece of each segment of the debate. So I think that's what it was. But anyway, that was pretty good. But I didn't fully see the debate, so it's hard for me to do commentary on it. But it seemed like both of them did a terrible job. But Walt been in the game for a very long time. Remember, he was senator, so he knows the game very good. So you know how to talk that talk. This is a shaky one though, Hakeem. But Hakeem, you actually saw it, so your commentary is more important. I don't know. On the spot, do you see it as well? Do you see the debate?
I didn't, but with regard to the Affordable Care Act, I do remember from Trump's debate, which I did watch the whole thing. I reviewed that. Trump said very explicitly that he doesn't have a plan for healthcare, that they're working on a plan. So
Mhm.
I'm not like very shocked that Vance didn't have, a comeback on that one, because I don't think they have anything to offer. He's just very anti-Obamacare.
Yeah, Trump is anti-Obamacare. He was trying to get rid of that when he first went into office, to get rid of Obamacare. He said it was useless.
He was
So,
talking
but
about before he
Hakeem,
got in office.
yeah, Hakeem, your commentary, because Hakeem literally saw the debate. So Hakeem, your
Yeah.
thoughts?
We was watching the whole thing, and I was telling you, Vance was very comfortable, very confident. Walsh was scrambling like 2 eggs in the morning with bacon. So he really didn't have like a good response for it. So that's the thing by, you know what I mean, and the fact checking is what the thing was. There were some things that needed to be fact checked on his end, you know what I mean? So it's going to be a tough battle from here. It's going to be a tough battle.
Well, they only got one more month because the election next month.
Oh, I got my ballot in today because I vote by mail.
Oh, you vote by mail? You do early voting?
Yeah.
Go ahead, do your American right. That's what's up. So those that doing early voting, guys, make sure, please make sure y'all do your research. And now that will vote for your local politician as well and your local state. That's very important. That's so very important. People forget that. They vote for president and forget everything else, leave everything blank. Don't do that, because we trying to buy houses out here. We trying to make it easy for the people. Right, PhD Diva? And on the spot?
Absolutely.
Can you agree? But PhD Diva, you don't vote though. How you gonna say absolutely you ain't voting? Are you voting?
Because I don't need to. I got 11 houses. So whoever in there, right? Whoever in there, I'm gonna be able to do me. But I did have the debate on. For most of the time, the sound wasn't on, right? So I was multitasking. So I agree with Hakeem. I think Vance did look very comfortable and confident, and I think Walsh did look more frazzled. I remember saying they need to work on his body language. Now, for the most part, I have no idea what the man was saying. So he could have been saying the most brilliant stuff, but they do need to work on his body language. The small part that I did hear, I can't even remember what JD Vance was saying, but the Walsh guy was turned and was looking at him, and he was actually shaking his head in agreement with what Vance was saying. And then Vance said, and I was like, dude, don't do that. Look straight ahead and, mind your business, which he should have done, because as soon as he started nodding his head in agreement, then JD Vance said, and Kamala and the Walsh guy, they disagree with that. They did the opposite, right? And so it's like, if that's the case, I don't know if they fact checked them and that wasn't the case or whatever, but just the appearance of it was crazy, right? Because he's sitting there not in agreement with what Vance is saying, and then Vance said, y'all did the opposite though, right? And so whatever they do, they need to work on this man and his body language, because like I said, for the most part, I don't know what he had to say, but I do know that he looked like he wasn't really sure of himself, and he could have used some pointers in that regard. So,
no, but I'm gonna ask Jordan, do y'all have the clip when they talk about the Haitian people? Do y'all have that clip?
Yeah, let me send it right now. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna send it to you.
So Hakeem, I think that's one thing I saw people was really focused on with the comment that Trump and him made about the Haitian people over there in Ohio. So I think they'll try to clarify that, and Vance was trying to clarify that because he was trying to set the record straight. So Hakeem, I think that one we need to address that one, because that one people have been talking about for months.
Yeah,
we got to. I just started shivering when you said that.
Yeah, didn't you see the debate? It didn't make you shiver when they were talking about it?
There was. I'm shivering now.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, I'll send it to you.
Because we love our Haitian people. I love my Haitian people.
Talk passe.
Mamboule.
Namboule, sweetheart. She. Yeah, on the spot. We Haitian.
Huh?
Yeah.
All right, who's Haitian?
Right here.
Hakeem and Ronnie.
Yeah, you know, Big Zo. Y'all got a lot of
I didn't
Haitians in
know
Chicago.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My-
You don't see my dreads?
Huh?
I said, you don't see my dreads?
They're very
What dreads
nice.
got to do
No,
with being Haitian?
I wintered in Miami a few years ago, and I was in Little Haiti, and I took it was so cute. I took this dance class. It's like 80-year-old Haitian woman danced circles around me. I mean, tore me up. I could not keep up. But yeah, shout out to Little Haiti and
You was at
everybody
the
up there in
Haitian
Miami.
Art Center, the Haitian Community
Yes,
Art Center?
yes.
Okay. On
Yeah,
Second
stay
It
there.
was so
Stay
fun.
there.
Yeah.
And then the elder gentleman came in and they were drumming. It was like with live drumming. It was so cool. I loved it. It was so cool.
Yeah, I
just
love
want
that
to
place.
point out that she said she wintered in Miami. Ladies, whatever you do, get yourself to the point where you can winter somewhere. Okay,
Wow.
we all about
Oh,
wintering.
oh,
I didn't even notice that.
Me and
I
PhD
wouldn't
say
even
she got
notice
money.
that. That was a
Meaning she got
flex.
money.
That
That was a
Absolutely.
flex.
Absolutely. That's why I'm pointing it out. In
that
case
was
y'all
a
don't
flex.
know what that means. That means she can pick up
Wow.
because it's cold in Chicago and go somewhere else and stay there until the weather breaks.
Wow.
Oh, so PhD, what are you trying to say about us? We can't winter nowhere else. Just stay in Miami.
Well, why would you go anywhere else when it's
Yeah,
already
it's
hot
nice
there?
and warm
Right?
there.
It's
Right.
nice there, right? So you
Already nice in the
winter,
wintertime.
you only need the winter when you live in a cold place. So you move into a hot place.
Hey, tyranny, what's happening?
Shout out to
We
Tyranny.
need more tyrannies in the building.
Hi, Tierney.
Hey, y'all, make sure y'all subscribe to On the Spot. Remember, the link is pinned. Subscribe to the channel. Go right ahead.
Governor Walz brought up the community of Springfield, and he's very worried about the things that I've said in Springfield. Look, in Springfield, Ohio, and in communities all across this country, you've got schools that are overwhelmed. You've got hospitals that are overwhelmed. You have got housing that is totally unaffordable because we brought in millions of illegal immigrants to compete with Americans for scarce homes. The people that I'm most worried about in Springfield, Ohio, are the American citizens who have had their lives destroyed by Kamala Harris's open border. It is a disgrace, Tim. And I actually think, I agree with you. I think you want to solve this problem, but I don't think that Kamala Harris does. Well, first of all, Margaret, now Governor Walz broke.
Thank you, Governor. And just to clarify for our viewers, Springfield, Ohio does have a large number of Haitian migrants who have legal status, temporary protected status.
Margaret, but
thank you, Senator. We have so much to get to.
Margaret, I think it's important
We're
because
going to turn now to the
debate-
economy. Thank
Margaret,
you.
the rules were that
The
you guys
economy,
weren't going to
we're-
fact check, and since you're fact checking me, I think it's important to say what's actually going on. So there's an application called the CBP One app, where you can go on as an illegal migrant, apply for asylum or apply for parole, and be granted legal status at the wave of a Kamala Harris open border wand. That is not a person coming in, applying for a green card and waiting for 10 years. That
Thank
is
you,
the
Senator.
facilitation of illegal immigration, Margaret, by
Thank
our
you,
own
Senator, for
leadership.
describing the legal
And
process.
Kamala-
We
and
have
Kamala
so much
Harris
to get
opened up
to,
that
Senator.
pathway.
Those
We have
laws
so
have been on
much-
the books since 1990.
Thank you, gentlemen.
The
we
CBP
want to have
One app has not been on the books since 1990. Kamala Harris created, Margaret.
Gentlemen, the audience can't hear you because your mics are cut. We have so much we want to get to. Thank you for explaining.
Kamala Harris created, Margaret.
Gentlemen, the audience can't.
Wait, they did that live? They
Yes.
literally cut the mic live?
Cut the mic.
Yep.
Shut up.
Can you even do that?
Yes.
I like that.
That's a first. They never cut the mic. Why you say you like that, PhD? Oh yeah, of
I
course
didn't
you
say
like
that.
to cut the mic.
Yeah, on the spot said it.
Oh, on the spot, you like them cutting the mic? You're not supposed to do that.
I like
you
the
are.
cut the mic, the fact check, because so many people in our country watch television, especially when it comes to a politician speaking, and they take whatever they say at face value. You know, I like it. I really like it.
Yeah.
I can't get your commentary on the Haitian migrants.
Wait, did he
And
say
whole
anything
thing.
about the Haitian migrants?
He couldn't. They cut his mic.
Well, before that, I mean, he brought up Springfield, but he didn't say anything specifically about the Haitian migrants. From what I heard, I don't know. Did he say?
No, he didn't. He was talking about the app, and then they cut it off.
No.
After they talk about the app.
So when he came in and he started talking about Springfield, when he implied that illegal migrants coming into that, so the lady tried to fact check him and said there are a lot of Haitians that are in Springfield who have legal status, and that's when he tried to fact check her.
Okay. Okay, so that's why he brought up. I mean, they are approving those applications at record. You know,
That's good.
That's
good.
That's good.
That's good, PhD.
I don't know
Springfield
if
needs
that's
some
good.
black people. Springfield needs some black people over there. It's nothing but white folks.
Yeah, I don't know if that's good though. Just because there's a process that they need to, you know, check these people out. You can't just be letting anybody up in here, right? And so again, we all from Miami, right? And so we saw what happened when they just let the Cubans in, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right. And so, hey, a lot of, you know, look, if you're in your country and you're doing relatively well, there's no need to leave, right? And so the people who tend to flee and, you know, come to somewhere else in a different situation. Now, I have, you know, been enough places and around enough people from other countries to know, like, when you in those tight economic conditions, you know, desperation will lead you to do a lot of things, right? And so the mindset is a little bit different, right?
Correct.
Right.
I agree.
Right. And so again, they just need to make sure that they're, you know, dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's to check these folks out before just letting people come in, because there have been
But the great thing is that what Trump was saying. Trump was saying the same thing you were saying, but he's saying in a different term, because, you know, it's Trump. But if people take it as what he was saying was negative, PhD, what you said was perfect. They should be getting an evaluation check. They should not allow everybody into the country. But then you have the left side who would tell you, no, allow everybody in. It's a free world. It's a free country. Let everybody in through the border. Right. And that's why we have the situation we have right now, especially over there in Springfield, Ohio. Even though they are Haitian people, which I do truly love, but they still need to do the right process like everyone else, to me.
Right.
On the spot, you have? Oh no, how can you gonna comment? You want to comment?
You know, it's a touchy subject, especially when it comes for us, because, you know, we're first generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, immigrants. Yes,
immigrants. You know what I mean? But we are Americans. You know what I mean? I'm born and bred here in the South, so I have to have my allegiance here. So we will want a more stronger border. We just don't want no slander. That's all we just talking about. We want y'all to come in here the right way, but just no slander. I do kind of disagree with the whole thing that that immigrants are undermining American workers to get certain jobs. You know what I mean? The companies control that. You feel what I'm saying? If they know you can get somebody to work for pennies on the dollar, they're going to do that. They don't want to pay. And that's the thing. And that has to go through regulatory laws and stuff like that to force people to pay a little bit more. And then when you do that, you're going to force people to go to automation. So it's always going to be like a hamster wheel of issues that we're going to deal with until we start.
But I want to say, PhD, but the good thing is, you know, CBS is watching you. When you become people mics, they're doing the same thing. So that's good for you, PhD. I'm proud of you.
Right?
they couldn't mics.
I'm a leader.
I know they be watching people. I know they be watching people podcasts. Come on, these news anchor, they're going around looking at people podcasts. Okay, they doing this, they doing that, they doing this. We need to implement that into the show. Trust me, they're trying to get ratings too. Mute everybody. Go on. Jordan, you got any thoughts on this before we go on our final thoughts?
I have no thoughts. You know, I'm tired.
on the spot, you got any final thoughts?
Jordan, you look so sleepy.
Yeah, no, he getting ready to go.
Yeah.
I gotta pick up my wife.
Congratulations on your beautiful baby. I always hear the baby and I always think, I bet that baby's so cute. I can't see the baby, but
yeah, she is.
Oh, the baby's gorgeous.
She's snapping.
The baby's gorgeous.
She's snapping.
But I know she's snapping.
Yeah.
Oh no, he showing on his Instagram. You follow him on Instagram. He got baby pictures everywhere.
We trying to have like 10 of them. We trying to get the Chaos Gang big.
He got the he got Chaos Culture baby. Hakeem gonna have his soon.
I want 10. I want at least 10.
On the spot, shaking that head.
At least 10.
No, but but we really do greatly appreciate you on the spot for coming through, guys. Her link is pinned on top of the chat, so guys, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to her channel. She got dope commentary. See, I be over there. She been calling for Hakeem. One time I went over there. She was like, "Where's Hakeem?" I brought Hakeem over there. You in the live? Literally, Hakeem like, "Really, I'm going over there." She in the live. But shout out to her. We really do greatly appreciate you and your time. Thank you so much for coming on the show, and we're gonna help you get to where you need to go. So you're always welcome on the show. We gotta have you again. Hey, Hakeem, she gotta meet your uncle, cause he does financial advice too. He's a financial advisor too. That would be a dope comp to have her, PH Diva, and your uncle. Man, that would be a dope show for real.
Yeah.
You gotta talk to your uncle.
I don't know if they're ready to have two juggernauts on the stage, though. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Two beautiful women with your uncle. He will love that. Trust me, he will love that. Even though he's a married man, but he will love that.
I don't know if y'all ready. He's watching now. I don't know if y'all
Are you watching now? Yeah, I know he's gonna be like, "Yo, Hakeem." He said, "Yeah, hey, No, but he also is a financial advisor. He talks about real estate and everything too. Like he talks about that heavy. So it'll be a really dope show. I don't know. We might make that members only. I'm not sure yet, but that would be a dope show. Cause we gotta say what, PH Diva?
Oh no, I was saying all right, members only.
Yeah,
members only. Yeah, because that type of information, I don't think it should be free. No, I'm joking. We give it back to the community. But guys, make sure y'all go and subscribe to our channel. Go ahead, Hakeem.
No, but I do want to say is I do like the fact that you do have a financial literacy program, and I wanted to try to implement one here in Florida for the kids here. So I would like some help with that. Maybe
So you want to fly her in? You want to fly her in, PhD too?
You see, listen, I ain't never flown nobody in before. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta fly
I ain't never
women
flown
in.
nobody in, but I might start.
Watch it. That's traffic.
Watch it now.
That's
I might start. I might fly both of y'all in too, so we can connect like Voltrons. So we can help the nappy-headed babies here that I love so much here. I love the babies here. So
no, but Hakeem telling the truth, that was one of his dreams. He always wanted to do it for the kids. He do. He help out with the youth a lot.
Yeah. So for a lot, I used to work with at-risk youth. You know what I mean? Me and Muhammad, we used to do presentations for kids that was troubled into the streets and stuff. I worked in Boston. I used to work for the Special Olympics. So I do have a lot of experience dealing with young men and kids who are like at risk to going to jail and stuff.
Okay. Anyhow, on the spot, tell the people where can they find you, where can they subscribe to you, even though your link is already pinned, but tell the folks where they can look for you if they have any question when it comes to financial literacy and the real estate market.
Absolutely. I'm on Instagram as On a Spot Live. I'm also on TikTok and Twitter. And if you're ever looking for the channel, you can type in onaspotlive.com to your web browser. It's onaspotlive.com and it'll come right up. Thanks for having me.
No, thanks for coming by. We really do greatly appreciate you. Again, guys, subscribe. Let's get her to 1K subscriber. Let's make her the biggest thing on the planet. Just like KL Culture Radio. That's why it's so very important you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, special shout out to On the Spot Live for coming through. We really do greatly appreciate you. Supreme Goddess PH Diva, I'm mad at you because you came late. You should have came earlier. My gosh, it would have been good. I think it would have been really good. I think it was good already, but I think it would have been dynamite because I know you would have asked certain questions that I was thinking of. I ain't had it on my mind. But next time you come on the show, I'm gonna have more questions for you. Me and Hakeem will have more questions for you, and hopefully PH Diva. I'm gonna call next time PH Diva. I'm gonna text you. I'm like, PH Diva, you gotta come now.
Okay. I was in a meeting. That's why I was late. But
rich lady, rich black woman. Can't stand y'all.
I do want to encourage everyone, especially the ladies, to watch and rewatch the replay so you can not only see and hear all the gems that On the Spot dropped, but you can also understand them, internalize them, and implement them. So everybody go back and watch and rewatch the replay.
For real,
that's the sisterhood doing her thing.
What it is, you understand? We gonna clip that up because she gave a lot of good information. I'm telling you, so there is no excuse for right now for people not going ahead and go buy a home. Go get it. Go build your wealth. Go build your wealth. Shout out to the lovely Sapphire Grace guy. Make sure you go subscribe to her channel. She writes and shows. She got great commentary. She loves TikTok, so she always on TikTok. But on YouTube, she does her thing. She read books. It's amazing. Aston Williams, the creator of the site on the Shiesty Avenger, will be going live right after us at 8:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 Central Time. So guys, make sure you go over there and subscribe to his channel. It's Wildin' Out Wednesday. You never know what happens over there when it's Wildin' Out Wednesday. It might surprise you. We Need More Tyranny was also in the building. Great to see you, sweetheart. Now that congratulations on motherhood. She just recently had a baby on PhD Tyranny.
Okay, so she had the baby?
She had a baby already, yes.
All right, congratulations.
Yeah, so yeah, she had a baby, yes. So congratulations to her. That's why you haven't seen her a lot. You know how it is. Jordan can tell you, how it is with them babies, man. It's a lot of work. A lot of work. Shout out to No Chaser, that's also in the building.
Also,
Shout out to
joy as well. A lot of joy as well.
Trust me, Jordan, I can't wait for that feeling. It's coming. It's coming. I want Hakeem to have his next, though.
I'm asking.
I could be the Godfather.
I'm asking PhD, were you ready?
Boy, if you don't, you talking about 10? Absolutely not, sir.
10 kids. Listen, I'm paid in full. God has already deposited the money in my account. So, you know what I mean? Land in Texas, Benton, Texas. You know what I'm saying? We can do this.
All right, let's go, baby.
Okay.
Shout out to Shiesty Bun that's also in the building. Why High, who also was in the building. Shout out to Killer Swag, who also was in the building. Just hit me out. Once again, happy birthday, my brother. Hope you enjoy your birthday, even though your Seahawks didn't beat Detroit. So I know you're probably a little bit down about that, but we're not going to talk about that because the sports segment is done. Shout out to Joe Don't Hurt Him. Thank you so much, my brother, for coming through. Mr. Muhammad, thank you so much, brother, for coming through. Also, Chicago Rilla was also here in the building. Shout out to those watching us on Instagram, Facebook, Kick. Make sure you follow. Rumble. Thank you guys so much on Rumble, man. We have 10 people watching over there because we just started Rumble over there. So 10 people was watching us on Rumble. We thank you guys so much. We're not going to forget about you guys on Rumble. So we're going to continue to go live. So make sure you guys follow us on Rumble. So also, make sure you go to KL Culture Radio description in the description where you can see the KL Culture Radio t-shirt with me and Jordan got on, the KL Culture Radio hat, the KL Culture Radio coffee mug. There you go. And also, we're working on the KL Culture Radio sweater for the winter time for those that are living in the winter. So be on the lookout for that, and the KL Culture Radio jackets. So be on the lookout for that. When we get the jacket, we will definitely show you guys because I'm gonna be the first one to get it. So y'all gonna see it. Oh, Jordan, Ashton asked on the spot a question. You can highlight it. I don't know if she can see it. Go ahead, on the spot.
He says on the spot, you may not want to come to Wildin' Out Wednesdays. It get heated.
I'm a very peaceful person, so thanks for that disclaimer. I'll probably still steer clear.
You're not
on the
nothing,
spot,
baby. You're not
on the spot. Sometimes you want to get messy a little bit. You want to get spicy a little bit.
They get loose over
You want to
there.
get loose. It's all right. You got money. You rich. Get loose a
She's
little
a
bit.
classy lady. Don't waste your time over there with them. Those hoodlums.
Also, go to KL Culture Radio Community tab. Hit the community tab where you can find Prince Hakeem book, Black Love. He's also working on another book that will be coming out soon. So be on the lookout for that. Of course, I'm gonna get the copy so you guys will be able to see it firsthand. You know what I'm saying? But thank you guys so much. Because Jordan gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here as well. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification because you never know when we're gonna go live. And also we got a recent interview coming up soon. So make sure your notification is on because that won't be live. It will be a premiere. So be on the lookout for that.